Here he is speaking to CNN just a moment ago.
I think the US government is busy fabricating a new scenario, and history has shown that both the US government and the CIA have a lot of experience in fabricating these scenarios, and this is just the latest one. I think their goal is to reach the American public. They want to take the public's mind off the serious domestic problems they're facing these days and scare them with fabricated problems outside the country.
That was Ali Akbar Javanbek, the spokesperson for Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. We asked him if he knew the two individuals who've been charged. He said no, but he also added that if Iran verifies that indeed they are Iranian citizens, the Iranian government would make an effort, Wolf, to help them. But again, strong denials coming from the president's office.
And Reza, as you pointed out, if in fact these allegations are true, that A, there was an Iranian plot to kill the Saudi ambassador in Washington, and B, if there was a bigger plot to blow up the Saudi and Israeli embassies in Washington as well as in Buenos Aires, Argentina, that would really be a dramatic escalation in what U.S. officials charged would be Iranian-sponsored state terrorism.
I don't think there's any question that if indeed these allegations are proven to be true, it would be an escalation in this relationship that's already very tumultuous. But I think a key question is, what would the intention of the Iranian government be if indeed they were part of this plot? And I think it's important to remind everyone that these are just allegations. But I think a lot of experts would say that they would have nothing to gain and maybe more to lose. And I think a lot of people are going to question if indeed these allegations are true. The fact is, Iran, if it wants to go after U.S. targets, if it wants to go after Saudi targets, there's plenty of targets available in the region. Bahrain, for example, Lebanon, for example, U.S. targets in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I think a lot of people are going to be of the view that if indeed Iran was involved in this, they'd have much more to lose than gain, and I think that's why some would question if indeed these allegations are true.
Would it be part, Reza, of Iran's modus operandi, shall we say, to try to use Mexican drug cartel members as cutouts to try to prevent any fingerprints of their involvement in this kind of an alleged plot?
Well, they've been accused of using other groups before. First and foremost, Hezbollah. That's why repeatedly the U.S. has called them the state sponsor of terrorism. But what's important to remember is this type of accusation is unprecedented. Washington accusing Iran of plotting an assassination of a diplomat on U.S. soil. And I think if you take a step back and watch what's happening in Washington right now, there's a lot of lawmakers who are hawkish about Iran, who are already talking about retaliation and further sanctions. And this, perhaps more than anything, could be an indication of Washington going on a more aggressive path when it comes to Iran, as opposed to the diplomatic path that was so heavily advertised by the Obama administration when he first took office, Wolf.
Reza Sayah, we're staying close touch with you. Our own Brian Todd is working this story as well. He's getting new information on the suspect. More on the breaking news.